Zibby. Good morning to all our listeners and viewers out there. Good to be with you all for a Tech Friday.
All right, well, let's get talking. And of course, we want to read your messages. The WhatsApp number is 0809 444 0981. And you can also tweet at Smooth981. We're streaming the show live on YouTube, by the way, so you can catch the live stream and post a comment on there as well. On YouTube, just search for Smooth981. And you can also subscribe so you don't miss out on future live shows. Okay, Rotus. So we're talking about this cashless society and whether Nigeria can truly go cashless. There have been a lot of complaints about the app crashes. A lot of transactions are not going through as most Nigerians would expect. How bad have things gotten in the last few days?
Yeah, they've gotten pretty bad. I wasn't, this whole Naira redesign thing didn't worry me initially because I just figured that, hey, everyone, I don't use cash that much myself. And I make, POS transactions, make transfers, pay with my debit card, this and that and this. But what looks like what has happened is that with less people having access to cash and not enough cash coming through, that's the new notes coming through the ATMs, it has moved a large volume of people over to electronic payments. And we have more people, attempting to use POS machines. We've got more people attempting to do transfers. And we've had more people relying more heavily on banking apps in order to carry out electronic transactions. And it looks like the system is overwhelmed because of the large amount of people that have tried to move over. And so I transferred money to two people the day before yesterday. Hours later, they said they didn't receive the money, even though, and this is something I always do, and just a tip for everybody out there, if you make a transfer, the APIs on your bank interact with WhatsApp. In fact, they interact with a slew of apps to where once you make the transfer, you can view your receipts showing how much you sent, and you can share it. I always share my receipts, my transfer receipts with with whoever is providing me a service, whether it's dry cleaning, an electrician that comes to service air conditioners, a plumber, whoever. So I always make sure I save their number. I have their number on WhatsApp and I transfer money to them. And I immediately send the receipts to show that, hey, listen, I have sent you this money. So WhatsApp and all these other apps, you can tweet your receipts if you want. You can do it by whatever. So I do that as proof. And so, which is why after I'd already, paid for stuff, to get a text message or even a phone call later on saying, hey, I haven't gotten this money. And I'm like, well, I've sent you the receipt. It's right there. So there have been issues. Transfers have been hanging. Even logging into the bank apps have been an issue because it looks like a lot of people have been trying. So I guess the tip is maybe to try doing these things in the evening or right now in the very early morning hours, maybe when there's less traffic. It's a trial and error thing. So that's how bad it's gotten with respect to electronic transactions.
Now, on social media, people have been asking, what is the Naira to Naira conversion rate? What exactly does it mean, though?
Yeah, so it's been a running joke, but it's serious. So the thing is, the lack of. Let me give you an example. My vehicle, my tire got a nail. I ran over a nail. And so my car alerted me that my tire pressure was not, something is wrong with my tire pressure on one of the tires. I took it to a vulcanizer on the side of the road. Now, these vulcanizers are part of the informal economy. You can't, so, and this is late in the evening when other, car maintenance folks have closed. So they were like, there's a nail in your car, right? So they have to go patch the tire and remove the nail. And then he asked for payment. And I'm like, I don't have cash for this because I haven't had cash for like a week now. And so, he now took me to a POS guy, no cash. I mean, since about 4 or 5 p.m. in the afternoon yesterday, at least in the area where I am, no POS people have had any cash. In fact, I even went to buy plantains and eggs from a lady in the market, and she wouldn't take a transfer. And I asked her why. She said, well, if you give me a transfer, if you transfer money to me, I can't go to the bank and get the cash that you have transferred, right?
Mm.
And none of the POS people had cash. So now I went to a bank. There was, in fact, I should even share these videos with you. Maybe I'll share it with you on WhatsApp or tweet them or something. But I was recording people at ATMs as late as 8, 9 o'clock last night, almost 10. There were still crowds of people at different ATMs trying to get money out. So there was one particular bank I went to. It apparently only gives cash to its own account holders, which actually prompted me. I think this morning when they open, I'm going to go there and open an account just so I can have access to cash. So, but here's the thing: there was a guy there, and Nigerians, they'll seek a way to profit off this stuff. There was people who have cash are asking people to transfer money to them. So if you Zibby need cash, I'll say, okay, Zibby, how much do you need? You say, oh, I need like 5,000 naira. I'm like, all right, I have 5,000 naira new notes. So you Zibby transfer 5,000 naira, but actually there's a fee. So he asked me to give him he basically asked me to give him 500 naira on top of the transfer as a fee since cash was so scarce. So that 500 naira now becomes the exchange rate. That is the naira to naira. So I told him, no, I'm not giving you 500 naira. How can I give you 500 naira for cash? I'm already transferring to you. He was like, well, if you don't want it, I can give it to somebody else. In the end, we negotiated and I gave him 300 naira. So my naira to naira exchange rate was now 300 naira to get money from him, which I now use to pay for patching my tire. And so you can see how the informal economy works here. If the vulcanizer had an account, I could have transferred it to him, but he didn't have accounts. Just a young guy on the side of the road. He's not paying taxes. He's not recognized by the state, but he's providing a service. And he was open late at night when everybody else was closed. So that's the naira to naira exchange rate joke that's running around on social media.
Wow. How did we get here?
Man, lack of infrastructure. That's how we got here. Lack of IT and proper payment infrastructure, which, as you can see, it works. But in fact, Nigeria is number 6 in the world as of a ranking I saw of last year, 2021. The highest ranked African country for real-time payments. And we rank number 6 after, I think, China, India, and some other countries. So for the United States, in America, apparently you can't transfer money the way we transfer to each other. Although there are other ways they do them with other apps and stuff like that, cash apps and blah, blah, blah. But what this has taught us, how we got here, just to answer that question, is this has been a real-time test of what happens when the system is overwhelmed and when you have a lot of people, even more people than normal, on the systems. And that's because, and you see, in a way that shows you, since we're talking about being cashless, in a way, this shows you how important cash is, because cash has always been there. It's been there as an option so that it has allowed the electronic system to have some breathing room. But when cash runs out as an option, the electronic system has now become overwhelmed and now is breaking down under pressure. Wow.
So can a country truly be cashless? Can we function without cash?
No, we cannot. Even though I've been an advocate, like, get rid of cash, everybody go electronic. No, actually, I don't know. I'm saying no. Yeah, no, because cash still has its options. Nobody's saying abolish cash or never use cash again. We're just saying that we want to rely less on it, because we as a country rely too much on cash. And with these upcoming elections, and by the way, I don't know, I think I should do a poll where I want to ask people, would you be willing to accept all this suffering if it meant a free and fair election? Because the people who are trying to buy votes are in the same situation as us. They're not going to be able to buy as many because they don't have that access to cash. So, no, I don't think, a nation can truly be cashless. The most advanced societies in the world all still use cash.
So this cashless policy was first implemented in 2012, right?
Yes, that was the plan.
Okay, 2023, and we've still not gotten it correctly. Is this something that perhaps we just need to dust our hands and move on?
Yeah, well, no, if we did that, then we'd be back to square one. I mean, look, NIBS, that's the Nigeria Interbank Settlement System, has a decent infrastructure in place. And transfers are popular, POS are popular, electronic payments are popular, and electronic payments have been rising rapidly. So we're making improvements. The issue, though, is that this was a real-time test for us, and we haven't passed it. But it doesn't mean that we cannot continue to still strive to try to be I think we should call it a less cash economy, not a cashless economy. Or maybe less cash, yeah, because cashless might be going too far.
All right. Speaking about the challenges that a lot of Nigerians, including you, I, and some people out there have had, what would it take to improve electronic transactions in Nigeria?
Yeah, we need a system overhaul. Our internet has to be much stronger. We need a system that's because every time you say network, that network thing, you need a significant amount of investment in broadband, in improving your internet infrastructure. You improve that, then these transactions will go through faster and there will be less disappointments with them.
All right, let's talk about Starlink. This week, Elon Musk and his Starlink have been very trendy on social media, a lot of conversation about it. People have tried to compare the speed of Starlink to other ISPs. And I'm thinking, is more competition in the internet space really good?
Yeah, it's good. We need more the better. And yes, that in a word, yes, it is much. Hopefully it lowers prices. Starlink's price is pretty high, but yeah, more competition is definitely better. We need as many ISPs in Nigeria as possible.
Cost.
Yes, that thing costs $600, I think, for the upfront costs. That's for individuals. I hear the upfront cost for businesses is like $2,500, so it's even higher. And then your monthly fee is about $43. It comes out to about $19,000, $20,000 a month. So it is up there. It's pretty expensive, but I hear, for what you pay and you get good internet through a low orbiting satellite in the sky or in space.
And payment to Starlink is only in US dollars. How would that affect most Nigerians?
Yeah, that's tough, right? So they are not accepting local currency debit card. They don't want any issues. That is telling you that, look, you Nigeria, you have too many issues with your Forex. We don't want a situation where everybody pays in Naira. Then when it's time to convert all that Naira to dollars, we start hearing long story from the authorities about, situations that airlines have been facing, situations that foreign investors in our stock market, they're like, we don't want that trouble. So unless you have a dollar debit card, which comes with an annual fee, you're not going to be able to get it. So that's an issue. But Starlink they're not taking any prisoners. They want their money now and they don't want any long story.
All right, we've got some messages coming through. Michael says the past few weeks have been crazy. No cash, fuel scarcity, security, traffic. I was at an ice cream store yesterday. I used 3 cards from 3 different banks and they all got declined and I got debited for all. At the end, I had to transfer after struggling to log into my bank. The shocking part is that a particular bank where a high-profile Nigerian worked for has refused me to log in due to errors. Keep saying no records found, but I can't see the record in my transaction history. Cisco says with steady supply of electricity, the broadband internet access without steady supply of electricity, the broadband internet access will still be a loophole. And
good point. I agree. Good point.
Prince says it won't affect politicians. They are the owners of many banks or high shareholders. They will still find a way to get cash to buy votes. And Ogene Ochuko says, my transfer for payment of detergent got stuck yesterday by 1 p.m. Just got the debit alert this morning. Hope the supermarket has received the alert, so I will collect 3 detergents.
Wow. See?
I'm sorry.
Thank you all for your messages. You can see what Nigerians are going through. It's Zibby Nawa.
Well, that's all the time that we have on Business Express this morning. Thank you, Rotus, for being on.
Thanks. And real quick, I'm so sorry. The central bank has actually instructed the banks to pay the new Naira notes over the counter. So it's not just through ATM. So let's see how that works out today.
I'm actually going to try that out. That's about 10 a.m. this morning. So
exactly. I'm going to go to the bank.
Luck. Hopefully you don't see a video of people attacking me in a bank.
Exactly.
Videos of people fighting. That's all the time that we have for Business Express this morning. Do stay with us. There's a lot more to come on the Smooth Breakfast.
Brought
to you by EnterSwitch.